Welcome to the second episode of our Southwest trip 2022, where in this video we show various places that we stopped at on our way to Santa Fe, New Mexico. This is a shorter video. The next episode will be the start of our stays at national parks. So come along while we travel with the Fergusons. On day 5 of our trip, we left Camp Verde to go to Gallup, New Mexico for an overnight. On the way there, we stopped through a couple of places. The first place was Meteor Crater. This place was really neat. Yes, it was a big hole in the ground, but it had some nice exhibits and videos about meteors and was very educational. The crater was created by a meteor from 50,000 years ago, slamming into the Earth with more force than 150 times an atom bomb. Next, we stopped by the Petrified National Forest. We took the south entrance by the Rainbow Forest Museum. There we saw several fallen petrified tree trunks. These trees were caught in dirt and rocks and covered by water a long time ago. When the water receded, quartz had replaced the wood, or something like that, and the earth uncovered these logs which were petrified, basically turned to stone. As we drove through the quote-unquote forest, which was pretty bare, going north back towards the freeway, we saw other interesting sights as well. We took some quick pictures by a large scenic view and by the park sign before we got back on Interstate 40. Next, we made it to New Mexico, our first new state. We drove over to USA RV Park in Gallup for the night. The next day, we stopped off in Albuquerque to check out the Sandia Peak Tramway.
Tower number 1 is 232 foot tall. It is at the elevation of 7,010 feet above sea level. It is footed 40 feet deep down to the granite mountain, and it is angled at an 80-degree angle slanted towards Albuquerque, New Mexico. It wasn't that way yesterday, but we're keeping an eye on it. Just kidding.
This was a neat ride up the highest peak in the area at 10,378 feet. It only took 15 minutes in the gondola ride. The gondola takes you up to an area where we had lunch and checked out the views. After coming back down, we drove to and stayed at Santa Fe Skies RV Park for another overnight. This place had a great antique engines display. Nick loved the tractors and asked if we could try to buy one to bring one home. For this leg of the trip, we drove 475 miles from Camp Verde, Arizona to Santa Fe, New Mexico, with a total so far of 952 miles from our home in Los Angeles.